a couple years ago when they said that they were going to do a trailer, the kind of like a screen, like a test and stuff. What was the like? Were you at that time? Were you kind of over the Tron experience, or was it always something that was kind of part of you that you're like, I kind of wish maybe they would bring it back?
Well, there was a rumor going around for years that there was going to be a sequel to Tron, which seemed kind of obvious to me. To let the audiences see what are all the latest technological advances in the industry, in the motion picture industry. But it never happened. And I think Disney was smart. They were waiting for the right story and the right director, and they got it with Joe Kosinski. And I think this story is very very strong too. But I'm off your point. What was your question, Steve? Again,
it's like what convinced you to kind of do the.
So it was very much. The same stuff that got me to do the first one, to get to participate in all of that technology, for one thing. And also I saw this as an opportunity to create a myth about technology and how we're going to navigate those waters today in this, this kind of crazy future world that we live in, where we got to be careful of our decisions and how we use this technology, because you can go very quickly in a wrong direction.
To be able to play two versions of this character, how does one channel a Flynn like kind of demeanor and then to turn it around and do the Clue? And were there elements of the original performance that kind of you wanted to bring to both?
Yeah, the script gives you the main clues on how you're going to portray a character, and that was very much so in this one. So that's the first way of playing. And then also if it is a sequel, then you can reference the first one, and I certainly did that. I wanted, Tron Legacy can be seen on its own, and you can still have a great movie-going experience. If you saw the first one, you won't be disappointed that the sequel is not coming from that same place, because we had Steven Lisberger, the original writer and director of Tron, on board, and he was very much involved in this one.
When you're working on a project that has so much technical, because it's shot in 3D, and as an actor, does that kind of hinder, or do you feel just a little bit more aware of your surroundings, and how do you kind of work through that and give yourself a good performance?
Yeah. Well, it's a whole different skill set. I like to have costumes and makeup and sets, and you kind of rest in that, and it's easier to imagine that you're in your character's situation. But with performance capture, which we use a lot in this one, you have no costumes, no sets, no camera. You don't know where your camera is, and everything is done in post. So I found it most helpful to kind of remember and act those scenes like I might as a kid. Pretending when you were a kid you didn't have all the great sets and costumes. You had to use your imagination. So a lot of that was required.